Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today our topic is talking about trends. Let's see what are trends. A general direction in which something is developing or changing. We can see an upward trend in sales and profit margins in our company, alhamdulillah. Another meaning is a topic that is the subject of many posts on a social media website or application within a short period of time. For more than 20 days in a row, most of the top Twitter trends were election related. So the trends basically describe changes over time. Now, how to talk about trends? There are 5 tenses that can be used to talk about trends. Each of them is used to describe something slightly different. We can use present continuous, present indefinite tense, the be form, present perfect, perfect continuous, past indefinite simple, and be form. We can use the following 2 structures to talk about trends. No matter what tense we are using, these are the 2 structures that we can use: verb plus adverb or adjective plus noun. Trends can either go upwards or they can go downwards. When they are going upwards, you can use the vocabulary go up, grow, increase, improve, rise, soar. And when they are going downwards, we can use the words fall, drop, decline, decrease, deteriorate, go down, plummet, plunge, reduce. The adverbs that can be used with different types of graphs are listed on the right, and you can see the graphs, the level and the speed of increase is indicated by the lines. The blue line indicates the lowest degree or a slow degree of improvement. So accordingly, we are going to use the adverbs: slowly, slightly, moderately, gradually, steadily, considerably, significantly, substantially, steeply, sharply, quickly, rapidly. So the combination of verb and adverbs would be, for this kind of graph where the increase is sharp, we can use these verbs and adverbs. Rose sharply, is increasing rapidly, is improving quickly, grew steeply, soared sharply. And when the trend is going down and it's going down steeply, we can use these combinations. Is falling sharply, over here you can see we have used present continuous tense. Is decreasing rapidly, dropped quickly, here past tense has been used, the past indefinite tense. Declined steeply, plummeted sharply. Verbs can be changed to nouns, and let's see how they change. To lose becomes a loss. To improve becomes an improvement. To vary becomes a variation. To reduce becomes reduction. To fluctuate becomes fluctuation. To fall becomes a fall. To drop becomes a drop. And fluctuation is shown by these green lines over here, and this is the part that shows fluctuation. So what is fluctuation? Rise and fall irregularly. Upward trend, and what nouns can be used? A rise, an improvement, an increase, or growth. And when the trend is going down, the nouns that can be used are a fall, a drop, a decline, a decrease, a plummet, a reduction, a deterioration. Again, these are the adjectives, and you can see the graph lines, Depending on the extent of increase, the adjectives will be chosen. So we have slow, slight, moderate, gradual, steady, considerable, significant, substantial, steep, sharp, quick, and rapid. So the combination would be there is a, there, then the be form, and then the article. There is a slight improvement, significant increase, gradual rise, sharp fall. So adjective and noun is used to talk about trends. Here are some ideas which you can use to make your own sentences. You can pause the video here and combine the verbs and the adverbs to form different sentences to talk about different trends. Now let's see how present continuous tense can be used to talk about trends. It started in the past and it is anticipated that it will continue into the near future. This is the meaning that it communicates. The form is present continuous plus the adverb. The use of masks is rising sharply at the moment. Is rising sharply. So is rising is the verb, present continuous tense, and sharply is the adverb. And we have used a time adjunct at the moment. So a time adjunct can also be used along with the verb and the adverb. So the trends go up, the trends go down, and the vocabulary can be is increasing, is rising, is improving, is doubling, is getting better, is going up. And when it's going down, we would say is decreasing, is falling, is deteriorating, is declining, is getting worse, is going down. And the adverbs can be sharply, dramatically, steadily, slightly. Time adjuncts, at the moment, these days, recently. And here is an example. Recently, the popularity of cricket is declining steadily. Present indefinite tense, the be form can also be used to talk about trends. There is a sharp increase in the use of masks recently. Over here, you can see that sharp increase. Sharp is the adjective and increase is the noun, and the structure is there is a. Sharp is the adjective and increase is the noun. As I've already explained, the trends again go up or come down, and the vocabulary would be slightly different: an increase, a rise, an improvement. Now we are using nouns: a decrease, a fall, a deterioration, a decline. And again, the adjectives can be sharp, dramatic, steady, slight, robust. At the moment, these days, recently are the time adjuncts. And here is an example. Recently, there is a steady rise in the popularity of cricket, and you can see that we have steady rise. So there is a in the beginning, and then we have the adjective steady and the noun rise. Okay, present perfect. We use this tense to express that something began in the past and has continued up to the current time. In the example below, this change started happening 10 years ago and has continued up to the present day. The structure can be present perfect plus adjective plus noun. There has been a steady rise in the use of social media over the past 10 years. You can see that we have used the present perfect has been, a steady rise. Steady is an adjective and rise is a noun. The second structure or form that we can use is present perfect with an adverb, verb plus adverb. The consumption of gasoline has risen steadily. Over here, has risen is the present perfect form, and steadily is the adverb. Again, the same possibilities of two structures, adjective plus noun or verb plus adverb. Now let's convert these sentences to the other form. We have there has been a steady rise. So has been is the present perfect, steady is the adjective, and rise is the noun. Now we will change this to verb plus adverb structure. There has been a steady rise in the use of social media over the past 10 years. After every sentence, you can pause the video, think of your answer, and then check. The use of social media has risen steadily over the past 10 years. There has been a dramatic deterioration in the number of COVID-19 cases in the last 3 months, Alhamdulillah. The number of COVID-19 cases has deteriorated dramatically in the last 3 months, Alhamdulillah. There has been a substantial improvement in the grades of secondary classes as a result of face-to-face classes. The grades of secondary classes have improved gradually as a result of face-to-face classes. And you can see in each of these examples that over here we have rise as a noun, and over here in the converted sentence, we have used it as a verb. Deterioration is a noun, deteriorated is a verb. Substantial improvement is a noun, and have improved is the verb. Let's practice a little more. This winter, the temperature has decreased considerably all over Pakistan. Now we have the structure has decreased, present perfect tense with an adverb, and we will change this to present perfect with the adjective and noun. This winter, there has been a considerable decrease in temperature all over Pakistan. The number of students at most schools has fallen gradually over the past 10 years. There has been a gradual fall in the number of students at most schools due to the pandemic. Yes, not over the past 10 years, but the decrease has been due to the pandemic. The number of road accidents have risen steeply in the past 6 months. There has been a steep rise in the number of road accidents in the past 6 months. This summer, the wheat production has increased sharply in Pakistan. Has increased sharply, we have the adverb and the verb structure. This summer, there has been a sharp increase in wheat production in Pakistan. There has been a slow decline in the number of students attending the online classes over the past 6 months. Here, the structure is has been, which is the present perfect with slow decline. Slow is the adjective and decline is the noun. The number of students attending the online classes has declined slowly over the past 6 months. There has been a rapid growth in the number of Instagram users in the last decade. The number of Instagram users has grown rapidly in the last decade. Now we come to the present perfect continuous tense. This tense is used to express that something began in the past and has continued up to the current time. In the example given below, the change started happening 10 years ago and continues up to the present. The structure is present perfect continuous plus the adverb. The consumption of CNG has been rising steadily over the past 10 years. Now let's change them to the other structure where we'll be using the noun and the adjective structure. The use of social media has been rising steadily over the past 10 years. The use of social media has risen steadily over the past 10 years, and you can see that over here we have used has been rising, present continuous, perfect continuous, and here we have changed it to has risen, which is present perfect. The number of COVID-19 cases has been deteriorating dramatically in the last 3 months, alhamdulillah. The number of COVID-19 cases has deteriorated dramatically in the last 3 months. The grades of secondary classes has been improving substantially as a result of face-to-face classes. The grades of secondary classes have improved gradually as a result of face-to-face classes. In the first sentence also we have the grades, so it should be have. The grades of secondary classes have been improving substantially. This winter the temperature has decreased considerably all over Pakistan. This winter the temperature has been decreasing considerably all over Pakistan. The number of students at most schools has been falling gradually due to the pandemic. The number of students at most schools has fallen gradually due to the pandemic. The number of road accidents have risen steeply in the past 6 months. The number of road accidents has been rising steadily in the past 6 months. This summer, the wheat production has increased sharply in Pakistan. This summer, the wheat production has been increasing sharply in Pakistan. The number of students attending the online classes has been slowly declining over the past 6 months. The number of students attending the online classes has declined slowly over the past 6 months. The number of Instagram users has been rapidly growing in the last decade. The number of Instagram users has grown rapidly in the last decade. The next tense is the past indefinite tense, and this is the past simple tense also. This tense is used to express that a change began in the past and ended in the past. In the example below, the change began in the year 2010 and ended in the year 2011. Past indefinite plus adverb is one structure, and past indefinite with adjective and noun is the second structure. Let's look at the examples. The spread of polio fell sharply between 2010 and 2011. There was a sharp fall in the consumption of petrol between 2010 and 2011. Now, what I would want you to do is to make sentences of all the different types of trends so that you can practice how to write about trends and talk about trends. Now, here are some graphs, and what you need to do is you have to match the graphs with the phrases. Some of the answers are disclosed and some are hidden. So let's see the rest of the answers. So number 1, a sudden fall or drop. So number 1 goes with this phrase, a sudden fall or drop. And number 2 is a drop, fall, decrease or decline can be used for number 2. Number 3, this one, a dramatic increase. Okay, number 4. This one is number 4, and the phrase that goes with number 4 is an upward trend. And number 5, this is number 5, and the phrase that goes with it is to reach a peak. Number 6, this is number 6, and we have J that matches with it, to reach a plateau. Number 7 is to level off or level out. Number 8, number 8 matches with this phrase, to remain constant. Number 9, this is number 9, and it matches with E, to rise steadily or to increase gradually. Number 10, this is number 10, and it matches with it matches with a downward trend. That's all for today. Allah Hafiz. Jazakallah.